Hi everyone, it's Lisa Mears. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to be making this slimline card, and I'm actually going to be turning this into not just a fall card but a birthday card. And the stamp set that I will be using is the Pink and Main Oh Nuts stamp set. And what I love about this stamp set, it is very versatile. I did use it previously with a Halloween card. I used that tree to make a spooky tree for Halloween. And here's a look at a card using just the die for the tree. But today I'm going to be using this for a fall birthday card. So if you know anybody that's having a birthday in the fall time, you can definitely use this set for them. But this stamp set doesn't have to just be used in the fall, because take a look at those squirrels on there. They're so stinking cute and they can be used any time of the year. So the sentiments on this stamp set include: for you on your special day, it's your birthday, go nuts, oh nuts, I'd go out on a limb for you, so grateful for you, and nothing compares to you. I'm also going to be bringing in the Simon Says Stamp Birch Tree Stencil. It has these 3 birch trees, and you can definitely use this not only on slimline cards, but on A2 size 5x7 cards as well. So I'm going to start out by coloring my stamped images. I went ahead and stamped them out onto some Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth cardstock using my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm going to color them with my Copic markers. I will have a list of all of the Copic colors listed down in the description box below. So if you're interested in duplicating any of these colors, you can refer down to the description box. I'll also have them listed on my coordinating blog post at lisamearsdesigns.com. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to music. If you would like to watch the coloring, go ahead and do so, and I will meet you back here when I start the card. If you don't want to watch the coloring, just fast forward to timestamp 5 minutes and 55 seconds. right, let's go ahead and start putting this card together. I have a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock that I cut down to slimline in size. I cut it to 3¼ by 8¼ inches, and I'm going to do some ink blending to make a fall background on this panel. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my darkest color at the bottom, which is the carved pumpkin. So I'm just going to use an ink blending tool to blend some of that carved pumpkin onto the bottom of the panel. Then I'm going to move in right above that to the fossilized amber, which is my darkest yellow color, and just blend that together and move that color a little bit further up in that panel. And then I'm going to come in with scattered straw and blend that into the fossilized amber. And then once I finish that, my lightest color, which is going to be at the very top, is going to be antique linen. And I'll just blend that out to cover the rest of the white area. Once my panel has all of the oxide inks on there, I'm going to go ahead and use the stencil. I sprayed some pixie spray on the back of the stencil just so that it would adhere to my panel. I did let it dry just a little bit before pressing that down, but I'm also going to tape down my stencil. So I tape it down on all 4 sides, and then I'm going to bring in my distress ink color called Walnut Stain, which is this brown ink, and I'm just going to ink up these birch trees. Now the stencil has 3 trees. I'm only doing 2 because that's all my panel will allow for. If you had a 5x7 card, you definitely could fit all 3 of them on there, but I'm just doing 2 at this time, and you can see how pretty those stencils are on this distressed ink background. Next, I die cut a rectangle. It's a scalloped rectangle die from Pinkfresh Studio. It's called Slim Stitch Scalloped Rectangles, and it really cuts out this frame. And I'm just putting some ink on the edges. I didn't want it completely white, and I'm just inking up the edges in the same order that I inked up that panel. So starting with the carved pumpkin at the bottom, moving into the fossilized amber, the scattered straw, and then the antique linen. So I'm going to add that panel to a slimline size card base. My card base measures 3½ by 8½ inches. And to get your slimline card base, just cut a piece of cardstock to 8½ inches by 7 inches and then score it at 3½ inches on the 7-inch side. So I went ahead and added the frame to the top of that card front, and I'm just positioning all of my stamps where I want them to appear before I glue them down. I did stamp out a sentiment called "It's Your Birthday, Go Nuts." I did ink up the edges of that sentiment, which is some of the carved pumpkin ink, so it has a little bit of orange on the edges. And I'm just gluing them down. So once I have all of my images where I want them, I'm just gluing each one of them down. You can see how I put one of the squirrels climbing the tree. I think that looked so cute. So here's a look at the completed card. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the description box. I will have links to the products that I used in the description box as well as on my blog. And be sure to subscribe for more card making tutorials. Thanks for watching and have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.